Hey, Christy.
I love when you sing my voice, Kelly. It just kind of gives me highs. Hi, Kelly. I'm going to do a full sorority. It is so good to see you. It's been so long.
Oh my God, girl, it's been so long. It's been 2 weeks. It feels like a year. It has been a long break. My God, we took 2 weeks off and somehow we've come back more exhausted than when we left. That tracks.
It does track. It doesn't matter what I do. I end up more exhausted.
Yeah, exactly.
But guys, today we are breaking down our summers from family chaos, weddings, sunburns, bad decisions, why having your daughter try out for premier volleyball is a scam, and how much of your life it can take over, especially your vacation time. But, we're going to also talk about the beautiful things, the funny things, because summer is a vibe and a battlefield.
Yeah.
And we are surviving it.
We are. This
Barely.
is vertically unstable and we're surviving summer. Barely.
Kelly, so you said we've been off for 2 weeks. You may have been off for 2 weeks. We just haven't recorded in 2 weeks. I have not been off for 2 weeks. My vacations are actually coming up. Next week, I'm taking the kids to Michigan to stay with a friend at her lake house. And then in the middle of August, I am taking them to Gulf Shores on the beach. And, I booked this trip because it was a great deal and a dear friend of mine and her kids wanted to go too. And we're like, let's do it. After I booked it, after all the non-refundable stuff.
Immediate buyer's remorse.
No, my sister's like, what date did you say you were leaving?
Oh, no.
Sweet Jenny. And I was like, yeah, this date. And she's like, that week is the kids have 2.5 days of school at the end of the week. And I was like, who starts school August 13th?
California, which was like a shock and a half when we first moved here. And I'm not mad about it because it was still some summer and your kid's gone at school all day. But then you're starting to pack lunches and you're like, I'm not emotionally prepared to start making fucking sandwiches in a bento box for school. Let's not talk about school. How are we here already? This is July.
It's July. I don't pack lunches unless I have to, unless there's a field trip. I'm like, you can eat as God intended at the cafeteria.
I thought you were going to say you can forage in the field as God intended.
No.
No. Yeah. Your kids have a cafeteria in elementary school, you bougie thing.
Kelly, I think this is where the U.S. and Canada differ. Every public school in the U.S. has a cafeteria. I mean, I don't know that 100% for sure, but I'm 99.9% sure that every school here does. I don't know why y'all don't want to feed your children in Canada.
I'm just so there's just a whole litany of lunch ladies that I've never met. I love it. I never had elementary school cafeteria. High school, yes. But then when my boys were in high school, I feel like the cafeteria was more just vending machine-ish pre-prep stuff, not like what we had, which was, don't forget, Friday is meatloaf. Those are
no, I'm just kidding.
Can I just say, I did leave. I left on a mom only trip, which is a girls trip, and we'll get into it. But when I came home, it was one, every grocery store in a 30-mile radius must have been closed the entire time I was gone. And two, not a single fucking thing got cooked that was in this house, including the lettuce that was in the crisper. And you know what that lettuce looked like. And I picked it up and I was like, I should send a picture of this brown ass lettuce to Christy, but I didn't.
Let's make me vomit. Okay. Vomit. Speaking of, so it was the 4th of July. Yeah. And speaking of, this is gross stuff, and I'll try really hard not to gag while I tell this story. So Friday was the 4th of July, which is also trash day. Well, me being the American that I am assumes trash isn't getting picked up till Saturday because it's
that feels like a safe assumption. It's a statutory holiday.
I mean, it's literally the birth of our country.
It is.
How is this not
the most important holiday? And no, your trash man.
No, so I missed trash takeout. My trash can.
How's your trash can smelling today? You got one more day.
Kelly, I can barely, it's on the side of my house. I've now moved it to the side and a little far back. I'm sure my neighbor is this bitch needs to move her nasty, now maggot-filled trash can. I'm so ready. Tonight that's going to the curb, but I'm like, no one throw anything away. We have too much. Well, I was going to take it to the dump. It takes it's $150 to dump trash off. And when I say I was going to take it, my nephew Andrew in his truck was going to take it because I'm
Why
not
is
going to
it
touch it.
$150?
I don't know. I don't
That's
work
crazy.
in that industry.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know, so, like the dump back at our house in Canada was like you paid up front some exorbitant number, and then they basically like weighed your car on the way in and then weighed your car on the way out, and then they subtracted. So it wasn't like you ended up actually paying that crazy amount, but that's crazy. I garbage, and I realize you're a single mom, so you don't get to veto this, but someday Colton will grow older. I refuse. Fuck the garbage. Somebody else can take it out, and that somebody's going to have a Y chromosome. I don't care if it's gender specific. I don't want to
Way to
touch.
be a feminist,
I
Kelly.
don't want to. Listen, you know who put the fucking garbage in the can the 90% of the time was me, but I don't want to roll it out and I don't want to roll it back in. These are stupid little things that the hill I will die on is the
So
garbage can.
I am with you on that. My ex was like, "You can't even take out the garbage." I'm like, "That's not my job.
Yeah, that's not a
You're
can.
the boy." And I realize while I'm saying this, I am being so contradictory of all of my beliefs, and I don't care.
Yes.
Also, with my gag reflex and this and my super sensitive smell, I
Yeah,
have a
this is a
super
real risk.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I might throw up in our driveway, and then there's just one more mess to clean up.
And summer is almost the worst. And obviously, you have air conditioning in your house, so your kitchen garbage doesn't get bad, but you just eat more fruit and things go bad faster. So the lettuce is in the kitchen garbage. And so that garbage is always stinky before it even goes outside. Then you put it outside in the heat and let it marinate.
Okay, we got to
Okay,
stop. We're
moving on.
moving on. We're
We're talking
moving
about
on.
summer vacations.
Yeah, I want to hear about your girls' trip because I haven't yet. And also, I'm starting to get real nauseous. No more
Yeah,
garbage
you're
talk.
like change the subject. I will say
Yes.
there were no stinky trash cans in my girls' trip. I have so my girlfriend that I mentioned, Marsha Jackson,
Marsha.
who saved my nacho vomiting ass under the Def Leppard umbrella when we were of legal drinking age so many years ago. She comes back to Canada probably once a summer. And she always rents a cottage at Sauble Beach. And I refuse to call it the new beach name that they renamed it. Fuck that. And so Sauble Beach, Ontario, Canada, on Lake Huron, we worked together every summer all through high school and through my college years. So her parents owned 4 businesses. I worked at a restaurant. So we have a set of anchor memories at the beach. And so Marcia always rents a cottage. For the last couple of summers, I've been busy, or my other family from Hong Kong has been here, and it hasn't worked out. So this summer, she was coming here, and I am on a sabbatical from work, and I'm like, I have no reason why I can't go up there. So I was going up to spend time with Marcia and my good friend Vicky, and then while I'm there, you're kind of like, well, while I'm here, I might as, because it's a bit of a haul to get to Ontario from California, I might as well tag on part 2, which is my best girl in the world. And she has I'm going to call it a lake house. I'm not calling it a cottage because it's a beautiful home on a gorgeous lake. And so I spend every summer there for more than a decade with the kids. So I spent the other part of my trip with her. So it was like having 2 girls trip in one. One was a beach with friends from high school, and one was my volleyball mom friend who became my travel wife and bestie, and at her lake with her brand new puppy. So I got my cup refilled on so many levels from my high school and memories, and just talking through and meeting friends from then, and then going over to my best friend who always has great advice, and we just are just so copacetic in everything we do, and sitting on her dock in the morning and drinking coffee and watching this gorgeous Sprocker, which is a Springer Spaniel Cocker Spaniel mix, named Millie.
Sorry.
She is adorable and has teeth like a fucking baby shark. She's a biter. I was like, whoop, she's got some spicy teeth. And her son, Bennett, who was my son's bestie in high school, was there from the west coast of Canada. So it was like spending time with my son, who was not there. So it was just overall, I just fucking love girls' trips, are just so different than family trips. And I love going on trips with my family, but when you're on a girls' trip and you're responsible for absolutely 0 other people than yourself, God, that is a good time. I slept in. Yes. Yes, like 8:30. And then one morning I woke up at my friend Anne's house. And she has many rooms in this house, and I slept in a room I haven't slept in before. because the breeze was better in this room and the kids are usually in this room, but it looks directly over the lake. So I woke up, it was like 6:30. So I checked the time. Do I need to get up yet? And I look and the sun is rising on the fucking lake. And I forget where I was. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's so beautiful. And then that's when you're there and I'm thinking, did I need to book a 6:30 a.m. Saturday morning return flight? Like, I feel like I could change my flight and stay another, I don't know, 18 days. It would be fine.
Okay, you're positively glowing. And for anyone that's just listening, as you should to podcasts, Kelly is the epitome right now of like the beach hair outfit, suntan, smiling too much. You're actually starting to piss me off. Like that story, I was like, I started off listening to you going, this is so great. And then I was like, fuck you. And why wasn't I invited?
Listen, you know what was hardest, Marcia? I haven't seen her kids in a while. And they're at that. So Seth, her youngest, is just turned 14. And so I think I haven't seen him in 4 years, maybe. Those are substantial growth years to not see a young boy. And of course I see pictures because, you follow each other and Marcia will send updates, but to actually sit in front of him and listen to his deep man voice. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Seth. I showed him a picture of who he in my brain is anchored as, and he's like a 5-year-old. And I'm like, this is who is in my brain when you're talking to me in this deep masculine voice, and I'm having trouble reconciling it. And then her daughter, Lauren, we call Laza, and she is 20, and she's beautiful and brilliant and so thoughtful. So, you're spending time talking to like an adult version of this young lady that you knew. And they're from Australia, so her children have beautiful Australian accent. So that's just cute. This is ar nar.
Yeah, you are.
Me and my great accent. Sorry, I'll stop smiling.
You are entirely too happy for me today. I also took a trip.
Yeah, tell me. You went to a family wedding and then you went viral on fucking LinkedIn because American.
God. Okay, so here's the story. First of all, my nephew was getting married in Dallas. And I lived in Dallas for 18 years after college, right? Like I've actually lived in Dallas longer than I think any city in my entire life.
Nice.
And it was in Dallas proper, like downtown Dallas, uptown, like where I used to live, and also had like a lot of fun. So nice. A couple of things happened. We'll start with I twinned with my 77-year-old mother. So I have these leisure travel suits, right? You know where this is going. I have these leisure travel suits and they're really comfy and they're cute and I wear them with cute shoes, but I'm like, it's like pajamas and I'm super comfortable.
Perfect.
My mom is like, I love those. Can you order me some? So of course I order her a bunch of these. I ordered her like in every color, right? She's got red, she's got purple, she's got blue.
So you guys have multiple versions of the same travel leisure wear.
Right. But mine are all neutrals. Okay. So hers is like a rainbow. She has every color. She's 77, right? She can wear whatever she wants and get away with it.
Yeah, for sure.
So my sister Jenny, who is like, if you ever get to take a vacation with Jenny, you will have to think not at all. She will manage it. She will take care of things. And you just literally follow along going, okay, Jenny, like whatever.
I realize in your story, I'm fucking Jenny, but I'm going to travel with Jenny so that I don't have to be Jenny.
She would challenge that. She'd be like, listen, Kelly, I'm sorry. I'm a control freak.
That's fine.
Drive.
You can take it. I don't want it.
I know. Yeah, I only do it if I have to, but
yes,
most of my girlfriends know that like that's not the role I prefer. Like I tell everyone what to do all the time. Can I just not? Anywho, so Jenny picks me up. We go pick up my mom. Mary is wearing the same olive green leisure suit as I'm wearing. And I have this moment where I'm like, okay, we need to go back to my house and change because like this is stupid. I cannot twin with I'm 46 years old. I cannot twin with my 77-year-old mother. It's a little too late. It's a little too late to be to make that cute. So then the other side of me is like, Christy, are you really that insecure? Like it's like a couple hours. The flight to Dallas is an hour and 10 minutes. Like you're going to change when you get there. Like don't worry about it. Well, we get to the airport. Well, first of all, I wake up to an email from American Airlines that says, we're having mechanical issues. Your flight's delayed an hour. And I'm thinking it's 4:30 in the morning. It's 4:30. My flight was at like noon or something. 10, noon. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. Ask Jenny.
How do you already know your issues are going to delay this flight? You got 8 hours. Get on it.
Right. Also, 8 hours is how long it takes to drive to Dallas. So we are Oh, yeah. We're
Oh,
flying so we're flying to Dallas and my nephew's rehearsal dinner is that night. So I think our flight was supposed to leave at 10 and then it got pushed back to noon. But we were going to be there in Dallas. I mean, I was planning on going to the pool. We stayed at a bougie hotel, the Warwick, which is amazing if you ever stay in Dallas. I love that hotel. It's one of those good old Dallas places. It's super fancy and fun.
okay.
It's fun. It's decadent. Whatever. It's me. So we're there and we're like, oh, we get there early. We start having some cocktails and eat, and the flight gets delayed again. And then it gets delayed again. And then it gets delayed again. And we sat in that airport for 8 hours. 8 hours. I could have
how
driven if they could have just been
that's
honest from the
yeah.
beginning and said, hey, listen, lady, you're fucked. Get in the car and drive down there. We finally, like, then the crew time expired, then this, then that. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there and what's going through my head is, for the executives at American, would they ever miss their nephew's rehearsal dinner?
Oh God, no.
And what is that worth? What is that
Yeah.
memory worth in
Yeah.
compensation? Because you guys didn't have enough planes, haven't done the right maintenance because you guys are stripping everything down while keeping executive bonuses super high. You're setting maintenance staffs up to fail. So we go back to the bar. Christy has a few more cocktails because what are you going to do at an airport all day? What is there to do at an airport? You're going to eat and you're going to drink, and that's all there is to do.
And at this point, have you completely forgotten your troubles with matching your mom's outfit? You're like, fuck the
Absolutely.
outfit.
Absolutely not. Actually, it's worse because now people are looking at, like, kind of like laughing when they see us. Like, it's so cute. I'm like, yeah, it's so
You're
fucking
like,
cute.
now we're two matching drunk people.
My mother had one glass of wine all day.
Mary Catherine, come
She was like,
on.
shit, we got to watch Christy because dear God knows what she's going to do. And I'm pissed. I'm very pissed off and buzzed. And I firmly believe that you don't take out your frustration on people like flight attendants or the women and men that are running the gates, right? Like, because they can't control it. It goes so much higher
Exactly.
up. And
Yeah.
so, like, you're sitting there and I feel for them because, like, you've got people like, I'm about to miss my nephew's rehearsal dinner, hopefully his only one.
Yeah.
And so, anywho, I sitting there and I'm just annoyed, and I never take down brands, but I posted, and I've flown American for 20 years,
Yeah.
pretty exclusively. They're gonna lose that for me, but anyways, so I write this little rant about American Airlines, and basically, like, you guys, they keep stripping down operations, right? Keeping executive bonuses go up. I probably didn't get the number right, but like, do better. Like,
Yeah.
do better. We are trusting you with our special moments in our lives. Do better. So apparently I hit a nerve because this thing has got dang near 300,000 views, like over 1,000 reactions on LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn is not
Like,
traditionally like emotional, not that your post was emotional, but where people are like reacting to those kinds of things, more business. Like you'd think that, but people are like, yes, like fuck this. And who hasn't this happened to? Like, and not just related to American, but flights in general. And if I were to take a Canadian brand as an example, Air Canada, who used to be number one and now I think is actually the last place, not in Canada, just in general, for managing to get your flight out on time and not fuck people over. And it's terrible. So you're bringing up a good point about the experience and what they're taking away from you, because generally speaking, when you book travel, you know not to keep it within a hairline of where you need to be when you need to be, but reasonably you're not giving yourself a 2-day buffer.
I had 7
And
hours, a 7
yeah,
hour buffer.
which should have been plenty, plenty, plenty. But instead, I'm going to guess you didn't make the rehearsal dinner.
Well, we'll get to that.
So it's interesting you mentioned the drive. At what point were you in the airport though saying, fuck it, let's get a car? You would have a car at the airport and just say, let's drive.
Never,
You
honestly.
wouldn't do it?
Jenny was in charge. I was not going to comment. Like, I'm just riding with Jenny.
Yeah.
If Jenny said,
You've done it.
If Jenny said, let's get in the car and drive, I'd have been like, cool.
Yeah.
But
you wouldn't
the
have, you wouldn't have
picture,
brought it up.
no. So I think, so as we're boarding the plane, also, I am a nervous flyer.
We all know you love a
Okay.
flight.
I love to travel. I freaking hate flying. I mean, my gosh, like I never pray as much as I do when I'm in the air. So if you have any intentions you need me to pray for, I'm going to be on 2 airlines soon. Just send them through,
Send them through.
DM them to me and I will pray for you while I am flying. So we're starting to board the plane and there's what looks like duct tape, 2 places on the nose. Now, I know it's speed tape. I know it's safe, but it's still freaking tape. You are putting me now, after delaying me this long, on a plane. Well, they put us on this plane, then took us off the plane because our crew had timed out. I mean, it was an epic like failure on American all the way around. And I've had a lot of those with them lately, and they used to be great. I mean, American was awesome. They were on time. So I'm like, something has changed, and it's not that their workers are lazy or the maintenance people aren't good. It's the business model is setting them all up for failure. Anywho's, we get to Dallas finally, and my mom and Jenny are like, we should just go to the hotel. And I was like, we can get there with 15 minutes left of the rehearsal dinner. We're going to
And you're matching
straight.
So
I roll in to a very formal rehearsal dinner in matching leisure suit with my 77-year-old mother, but check, I am here and I love you guys.
If anybody knows you or has been with you in person, you are never the underdressed person. I'm not saying you're overdressed, but you are wearing pearls right now and I am in a summer sundress. But anyways, you are always going to lean on the side of, accessorized and matching and not necessarily matching leisure suits with your mom at a formal event. But you know what? I'm sure that the only person who cared about it beyond the initial, like, how cute, was you, because everyone else was probably just so happy to see you guys.
Well, they were. And also, of course, it's me, so I make it a joke. But you're right. And the word that we would use for how Christy likes to dress is fancy. I'm fancy.
You're
like to the wedding it was a formal wedding. And so, I wore this is funny. Okay. This gets slightly into politics, but I have to do it. So my dress was bright red, floor length.
As we discussed on the last podcast, choose red over black.
You couldn't miss me. If you tried. And the MC started getting into politics. And I'm like, first of all, shh. Yes. And then he said something about, the red side of the room and the blue side of the room. And I'm wearing red. And I'm not going to get into the rest of that, but that's not my representative color. I was like, this is Chiefs red. This is Chiefs red. I'm in a Chiefs red dress.
Yes. Don't put me in the wrong side of the room.
Well, also, too, don't call out anyone's politics at a wedding.
If I was your nephew, I would have been like, stop the car, get off the mic.
It was his I guess, half-brother that was the MC, and he did a great job. He was hilarious.
Okay, so he knew a lot of the people in the room.
Yeah, and you're in Texas. Let's talk about you're in Texas. But you're in like there's a couple blue dots in Texas. Anyways, so the rest of the weekend goes on. We stay up to a ridiculous hour. My nephew's in his 30s, and also I have a lot of family down there that are younger, right? And everyone loves to party with Aunt Christy because I'm fun. And so we have
pressure.
What?
That's pressure for you. You're like, I got to deliver on this brand.
Yeah, it's actually not because it comes natural. So
you're like,
I'm like,
no problemo.
If I'm having a good time, we'll sleep when I'm dead. Like, I'm just like, we'll never remember getting a good night of sleep, but we'll remember how much fun this was, which is a mentality that maybe has given me a lot of wrinkles and bags under my eyes. But
yeah, maybe not the wrinkles, maybe the bags. I'll give you the bags.
So we had the rehearsal dinner. We all then stayed out really too late, as we do. I thought actually Jenny was going to put me to bed, but she decided when we got back to the bougie hotel to have this great fun at their bar called the Library. It wasn't any library I've ever been to.
There were no books or studying.
There were books, but no one was studying. So the next morning we get up, we go to the pool. We have micheladas, as one does in Texas, because it's delicious. Have you ever had a michelada, Kelly?
Michelada?
A michelada. Michelada.
No.
Okay.
No.
Look it up after this.
Okay.
But they don't make them right in Kansas City. They make them right in Texas. And so I'm like, let's go to the pool, have a michelada. We then go to, and I'm always looking for signs. I'm a type of person that I'm like, I have this idea and this is great. And then I'm like, wait, is it great? I don't know. I'm constantly having an existential crisis. Because I wake up a different person every single day. So then we go to have this great lunch at this wonderful steakhouse. And our server, she keeps looking at me in a really weird way. And I'm like, okay, what's the deal? Whatever, fine. I probably have some hair out of place. Who cares? And at the end of the meal, she says, is your name Christy? And I said, yes. And she said, Diesel. And I'm like, uh-huh. And she goes, Presley. And now I'm like, what the fuck? Because that's my daughter's name. She's like, I met you in a bar in Las Vegas about 9 years ago, and I was going through a divorce, and you were kind to me.
Oh my God.
And then she showed me where we had connected on Facebook.
9 years ago.
At a bar in Vegas.
Wow.
I was there.
So Christy or Presley would have been like a baby.
Yeah, she was a baby.
Oh my God.
She was literally, I think a year old. My friend was turning 50, and my friend Erin and I went for her 50th birthday party, and we stayed at Caesars. And one night the ladies went to bed. I've already told you my feelings on if I'm having fun, I'm just going to keep having fun. And if it's by myself, it's fine. But I ran into this group of women at a bar, and she was one of the women, and she was really sad. And I was like, what's going on? And at the time I was going through my first divorce from my soon to be ex-husband. And we talked I know. Hey.
Different podcast episode. And if
different
you're not
podcast
good at math,
episode.
It doesn't track. The math is not mathing on that one, but the story is funny. Go on.
It is funny. But anyways, I was just like, dang. This woman that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is. I'm good at remembering faces, and then to be like, I should know who this is, but full names and a decade. I don't know. You're a memorable chica. That's all I mean, say.
My mom just sat there and looked at me, and I was like, what? And she's like, I don't even know what to say to that, Christy.
Christy's like, this is just normal. This is normal.
It's normal for me. It's normal. People remember me 9 years later. But then I was like, man, I must have aged really well. But the whole meal, she was checking me out, trying to place me.
Place you. Oh.
And then at the end, she's like, must have looked at her Facebook and was like, okay, Maybe. This is who this is. Anywho, so
amazing.
I'm going to go continue through my wedding stories. Speaking of having way too much fun, we had way too much fun. The wedding was on Friday. Way too much fun. One of the most beautiful weddings I've ever been to in my life. Had a blast. It was amazing. The next day, we went over to my sister Angela's. We swam in her pool. We barbecued. We partied till 1:30 in the morning. And Sunday, we went to church because we've definitely needed to be forgiven for all of our sins.
All of this.
And it was my brother-in-law's sister, Yodi, is a minister. So it was very, I think I'm going to say this wrong, but I think evangelical, it was very much moving of the spirit. And I'm Catholic. It was complete opposite of, it was loud. The music was great. Yeah. Not loud. Formal. It went 2.5 hours long. And it was amazing and wonderful, but I'm like, someone put me to sleep. I'm so tired right now. I have not slept at all. I've been partying like I'm in my freaking 20s. And so we get back to my sister Angela's house, and I can feel the party vibes. It's starting. People are planning to come over and swim.
Yeah, you're like, I know where this goes.
I know where this goes. I got my computer out, and I was supposed to leave on Monday. I made it for late Sunday night. I'm like, I cannot. I've got to go. You people are too cool for me. I am old, and as the day progressed, the bride and the groom showed up, and it was a full-fledged another round of partying. Yeah. So thank God, as everyone's starting to amp up, they're like, oh, change your flight, whatever. I was like, no.
Well, I'm changing it all right.
No.
To sooner.
They're like, have some champagne. I'm like, absolutely not. No, I will drink my water and I will sit here. I am 46 years old. I am not in my 30s. You guys are all crazy, and your Aunt Christy has to go home.
I was fun auntie for 3 days and now I'm out. So I was sitting there wanting to extend and you're sitting there, get me the fuck away from my vacation. How many times have you booked a holiday though, especially when you're traveling with your kids, where you're like, this would be 7 days is the perfect amount of time. And then by the time you're there in like day four-ish, you're reconsidering your time and thinking maybe 5 would have been the right amount of time. We did a road trip when the kids were, oh gosh, I think my son was in his last year of high school. Em was probably 10 and she was dancing in Virginia Beach. So we drove from Toronto to Virginia Beach. You Rather than just do the bang 17 hours, we made it into a road trip. So we went through New York City on the way and spent a couple of days there. We met up with Andrew's brother who lives in Hong Kong. So we had sort of like a mini vacation with that family, which was great. And then we did dance comp for however many days that was in Virginia. And then on the way back, we decided to drive through Washington, D.C. and do sort of that trip. So it was great, but the total trip was probably 11 days. And I remember us sitting in a restaurant. This is probably day 9, 8 or 9. And Brady being like, we are not the family that is meant to spend this many days together. I would like to get on a plane and fly home now, please. I don't want to do the rest of the drive. And I'm thinking, bro, I was there days ago. At some point, you're like, okay, enough. Let's go.
Remember, I spent 10 days in Spain with my 6-year-old and my 10-year-old just over spring break. So,
That
yes,
is,
I have been there.
yeah.
But also, to clarify for my Texas family, I love you guys to death. It's not you. It was totally me.
This was Christy saving herself from herself.
Correct. Because
Tuesday, Christy needed a day off.
Tuesday, Christy. Well, actually, I also ended up having meetings on Monday when my original flight was supposed to be. I was supposed to take off, but of course, people wanted to have meetings. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm like, I had to wear my glasses, which I don't. Okay, I'm going to out with this.
Cry.
I don't wear glasses. I have perfect eyesight. Sometimes I wear blue light glasses if I'm like going to be staring at my computer all day long with no breaks. I also wear them when I'm exhausted or when I've been crying.
Crying. They're your shield.
They are my shield from you seeing what's actually happening. You're like, behind the curtain.
I need to hide this. And also, here's my bright red lipstick. So look at my mouth only.
Also, this is my Wizard of Oz curtain here.
I have no curtain for those of you not watching. I'm like, don't put heat on your hair. Just let your curls fly. And I'm like, this is like me doing the intro back into real life post vacation when you're like, oh, I got to like have a shower and put on my face and put big girl clothes on. When you're on a sabbatical, you don't have to do those things. So I've come back from vacation mode in vacation mode.
And I'm back from vacation, but it's still vacation.
I know. I'm just like, what do you want to do today? Andrew is like, what are you going to do today? Fucked if I know.
Must be nice. Must be nice. I spent the last week taking Presley to a billion volleyball camps, one-on-one sessions, open gym. It is insanity. Insanity. I am so stressed out for my kid right now.
Is she trying out for a new club, or
so
is this
here's the
just
funny thing.
work?
Here's the funny thing about volleyball that's different than soccer. So soccer, she plays for Sporting Blue Valley. She's played for them for years. They work her in every year. We figure out, do you move up? Do you move down? Where do you go? So it's like you're in that club and the club takes care of the people in the club. Volleyball, it's like everyone's a free agent every freaking year. And I know there are some players that have been with clubs and like you get to that point, I think. But at this age, so she's 10, but she's a badass. Like she could have kicked my high school team's ass. I mean, it's crazy how good these girls are. But it is like you have to, before the tryouts, and I didn't know this because no one told me, because where I grew up, if you could walk and chew gum and you were on the team. I mean, you might not play, but you're on the team.
Yeah.
And yeah, so apparently you have to get them exposed to other clubs, get them exposure so the coaches know them. So as they're planning out their team before tryouts, you're nodding.
Because I had a kid in volleyball. It's
like this is insane. insane. And the one team she really wants, because she loves the coach, like she then wanted to stop going to all the other open gyms because they're all like the same time. I mean, it's insane. Like, I'm really stressed out. And Jenny's daughter Sydney is also trying out. Sydney is for volleyball is a year older than Press, and Jenny is like on a daily. I'm getting texts from her, and she's the VP of, it used to be project management, I don't know what to call it now, for a securities company. Like, Jenny's a badass, and this thing has her so stressed out. She's like, this is awful.
What I really appreciate about volleyball is the ability for your skills to dictate what team you play on. And so you can play up. And in fact, there's many of Brady's teammates who play professional, most of it in Europe, because volleyball here in North America is, professionally speaking, not that big. Olympics wise, certainly big. And so he had two brothers on his provincial team, which would be the equivalent in the US of playing state. And the two brothers were 2 years apart. And the eldest of the two was a year younger than Brady. So the younger of the two was actually playing 3 years up. So that would be like Presley playing with 14-year-olds at this point, right? But his skills were phenomenal. And he now plays professionally. Both brothers do. And dad was a pro player, and mom is a wonderful tall woman too. Cole, when he was 10 and 11, was already like super good. And so now he actually went to UCLA for college. And so we got to go watch him. And people do think it's kind of weird that we will drive like an hour and a half, 2 hours to go watch other people's kids play sports. But if you grew up in the environment, when your kids age out, you're kind of like, now what do I do? So we would go we watched Cole, and our boys were playing varsity, but in Canada. And it's like, I'm going to get my fix with somebody else's kid. And so I would go watch Cole. And it was COVID time, I remember, because we were wearing masks, which whatever. Cole at that point had grown so much. He's like 6'8", I think. And I'm a tall girl. He made me feel like a midget, but God, I love volleyball. So I hear you. It's a lot, but what an enthusiastic sport. What I love. And Aiden played soccer, so I can relate to you on both sides. Soccer is an intense sport. Not a lot of points get scored, so when they do, yay, but a lot of time you're just nail biting. In volleyball, there's a point being scored every time the ball touches the ground. And so there's just so much cheering and just either side. And I find it's just a far more positive community than some of the other sports. So while it is logistically difficult to figure out, all you're really trying to do is get Presley in ponds that are more, from a skills perspective, more aligned to who she is, to give her more exposure, to be on teams where she can be seen. And I will tell you, at the time that Brady was playing at a state level, every girl in the provincial team had a full ride in the US when they finished high school, because volleyball for girls is about 10 times as big as it is for boys. So I'm not telling Presley she should choose volleyball over soccer, but if her goal is to play a sport that really gels with a community and pays for her school, stay.
Two things, Kelly. One, yeah. I love volleyball. You don't have to sell me on it. I love to play it. It is my favorite sport. Okay, I kind of like watching football a little bit more than volleyball, but I know, Kelly, it hurts you. But I love football. I love to watch football. But when it comes to sports my kids play and like watching my kids, I love volleyball. And I love the grace of it. I love that everyone really has a role. Presley's a setter. Of course she's a setter, because she wants to run the freaking court.
She has control issues.
She just wants the ball, Kelly. She wants to be involved on every single play. So I love volleyball. And actually what's funny is, if Presley makes the team that she wants to make over the next year, we're going to have to probably pick between soccer and volleyball, because playing two premier sports at one time is just really hard. And I'm like, oh gosh, she's only in 5th grade and we're already picking a sport. But what I will say is, she told me the other day, she's like, in soccer, Mom, something's always hurting, because soccer is so physical, and she is so physical. Like, she's going to run through you, and she'll think about the pain later. I
Yeah.
remember the last game she played of last season. She had a bloody knee, like she's looking at me and the blood's dripping into her sock. And anywhere else that would happen to Presley, she'd be screaming, crying, and like the world would be
Yeah.
ending.
But not on the
But
soccer
not on the
pitch.
soccer field.
Like,
She
I'm
kind
fine.
of, or
Yeah.
the pitch as they
She's
call it.
fine.
She
Yes.
like looking at me. She's like, "Do I need to?" And I was like, "Just, are you okay? Keep playing." I don't know. We'll just tell you,
Yeah.
you're
Don't
bleeding.
bleed on someone else. Don't bleed on anybody else.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You might want to, in addition to all of this work that you're doing and figuring out the club and all that, you may want to invest in a good physical therapist because by the time they specialize, like I can think of, so we had a fabulous chiro who did all that stuff and active release massage and electronic acupuncture. And he's so great. I was actually just talking about him when I was back in Canada. His name is Adam Dunn, and he is fabulous. And he saved our boys' asses so many times where you just got this weird twinge or this sprain and you needed to have 6 weeks off. And he's like, nope, we're going to get you back in 2. You got to have one of those by the time they specialize. Repeat injuries.
What I'm going to say really hurts my feelings right now with you, Kelly, is that while I was suffering through not knowing what the fuck I was doing and a sport that you clearly understand how the premier teams work, that you are off with your Marsha, and you should have been in Kansas City helping me figure it all out.
Okay, well, all right. I mean, I'm still off.
Well, tryouts are Saturday.
This Saturday?
This Saturday, she goes from, it's actually, so she's trying out for 2 clubs, and the one she wants is her second tryout. So she goes 2 hours one, has an hour off, then 2 hours the next. And then it takes like, you get an offer, maybe you get one immediately, maybe it takes a week because all these girls are trying out. Like my niece Sydney's trying out for 3 clubs.
Yeah,
I just
I
couldn't do
remember
it.
this. Yes.
But like,
and then the
it's
other
like
clubs are like
they're
trying to sign you early before the other club has their signatures.
But then like some girls try out for 3 different clubs, but they were always planning on being with one. So they have to rejigger.
Yeah.
It's just
and they started to coordinate the tryouts in Brady's time because a club would run tryouts early to snap up players sooner because they give them a commitment and then the players would be like, I'll take it. And the other teams would be later. So they started to have them all at one time, which logically makes sense. But for the actual player and parents, you're like, well, fuck, I got to get to like these tryouts are all like back to back to back to back. Yeah.
Yeah. So Preston's going to have a lot of protein and carbs Friday night.
Carbs,
but
for sure.
Also she, what's crazy about it. So in soccer, they ask for an immediate commitment because of what you just said. In volleyball, they have to give you a week.
Well, yes, there are fewer positions and more specific player types where you're kind of like, okay, you can't just take anyone and you set. Yeah. Well, and Presley should have maybe a different experience as a setter because they need to lock that shit in soon. So
it's got great.
I'm rooting for her. She's gonna be great.
She wants.
And listen, you could have just texted me and said, "What's this business about volleyball? It's stressing me out."
I didn't have time. I was trying to work, and then I'm like, "Wait a minute. We have a 4-hour session, and then we have a one-on-one, and then we have this. And who's in charge of this
so what
shit?"
you needed was a handler. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I could have been your handler.
Yeah, I needed someone. You could have done my job and just sent me to. Just kidding.
I don't want to do your actual work job. I would do the volleyball thing.
I know, but you're not her mom. And like, I'm like, do you want me to stay and watch? And she's like, and then
I can be a good auntie.
Hey, then she looks back, always.
And I'm
like,
sure you're there.
Thumbs up, like you're okay. Everything's good. She was invited to a small group for the coach she really wants to play for. And there were 12 girls that were invited to this. So chances are she's looking good to make that team, hopefully, dear God and baby Jesus. But because she'll just be devastated.
She's going to be great.
She's going to be great. But she was like missing her serve. And you know how it is with your serve. When you aren't being confident, that's when you mess it up. Right? And you get it internal serve receive, especially monologue. Serve receive and serving. Those two I found when I played. If I would get in my head, I would just shank, miss, whatever. And so she didn't serve the best that day. And, you know, they're overhand serving. Like some of these 10-year-olds are jump serving. And I'm like, what is happening here? And she just like came over to get water. And I was like, hey. And she starts to tear up. And she's like, because she's like, it's so much pressure because she wants this team. When she's playing a game, she doesn't feel that pressure. She's cool.
Yeah.
But this is like to make the team. And I was like, hey, you're okay. Everybody misses serves, Presley. Like, it's okay.
And who doesn't get in their head a bit when you want something really bad, right? Sometimes that's good pressure because you know you want it.
I think this team to date is the thing Presley has wanted the most in her life. Like, really and truly.
And it's mostly about the coach.
She loves the coach. She
Yeah,
loves him.
I have to say, in decades of boys in sports, and even Emery playing varsity in high school here, make or break. It's like a boss, right? People don't leave jobs, they leave managers. And so your coach can make a break. And I remember Brady switched club teams, and his one coach was brutal. I don't know how he'd honestly been the coach for so long, and he moved teams to this other coach. And these two coaches, Howie and Bill, and at a time that they were in high school, which is just such a monumental time for teenage boys to figure out who they are, what to do, channel their anger, emotions are all over the place and all of that. And Howie and Bill could not have been better for the boy. Like, fuck, I'm like, God, you guys are good at that. Bill runs a church and is a pastor, and Howie runs a day camp for kids like for decades. And so he's fun, and like so appreciative of those two men still, like for helping shape, because they spend so much time with the coach. So if it's the coach she wants, I get it, because they can make every experience good.
He's hard. And she likes it. He's hard, and he gives constant feedback over and over and over again. And
hard but kind.
He's kind, but like he's not playing around. Like, his team is going to go to nationals.
Yes, that was this was our boys. Like, we had just, what a wonderful experience for the parents. We talked about that when on my girls trip with Anne, because we were parents together in this team. And like the group of boys who are still friends, they're all actually convening in Vancouver next weekend because there's a national volleyball thing going on. So they're all going to Vancouver, and so they're going to be together again. And this is like, good God, 10 years after high school, and such good memories. I can be a sub mom. I could definitely cheer. I have custom made a cowbell for my son's team. I'm that mom.
I'm the mom who's constantly yelling positivity. You got this. Let's go.
Thanks.
I constantly yell, but I have not gotten into the cowbell territory, nor will I ever.
I mean, so you say.
Yeah, I'm just going to go and say it. It's tacky as hell, Kelly. Tacky. Cowbells are tacky.
Give a shit.
Are you going to come to one of Presley's tournaments next year?
I would 100% come to a tournament and be that cowbell aunt. I do say, if you miss a serve, though, I am maybe going to say one job.
She's 10. But it's
okay. When she's older, I'll do it.
But she's serving behind the full line overhand, and like she's really a great server. She just had one bad one and then just couldn't get out of her head about it. And I'm just hard. Like, sweetheart, like, come on. I've seen girls miss serves all day. Now, my high school coach, if you missed a serve, you had to run. So it's just like, there ain't no reason anybody needs to be missing a serve.
You owe me 7,000 laps.
Thank you, Carrie.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you ask Brady would tell you that I was the only person ever cheering at volleyball, and no one else made a sound. And I'm like, dude, there's like hundreds of people cheering, but he could only hear me. And I'm going to take it as a compliment, though it was not meant as one.
They did give me a compliment the other day.
Ooh.
Her little friend Gwen, who I think is like, listen, I'd hang out with Gwen. She's hilarious. She's got this really dry sense of humor, and she cracks me up. Like, I'm like, what's up, Gwen? I love me some Gwen. But Gwen was like, Presley, does your mom ever embarrass you? And Presley's like, no, because she's just who she is all the time.
Yeah, which is really, the answer is yes, all the time.
No, I took it. The answer was not yes all the time. It was no, right, because she's just being her. Like, this is who she is.
Totally.
I'm like,
you're totally
I
right.
love you. I love you, even though when I say, hey, Presley, you say what?
What? Oh,
like,
my God.
Feed the dog.
We've gone feed the dog. What? We've gone completely off the topic of summer holiday, but we don't even
summer. This is what my summer looks like.
Oh yeah, your summer is not a holiday.
No.
You have kids in sports. Listen, the whole time the boys were in sports, because Okay, first off, Canada, it's fucking winter all the time. So if you play soccer, the season is the summer. And then volleyball is exactly as you mentioned. This is when you're doing all the tryouts and stuff. We only took holidays in like Christmas holiday when everything was shut down. And then that's usually dedicated to just family time. And then maybe March break. And then otherwise, summer, there were no summer holidays except you'd squeeze a long weekend in.
Well, so tryouts are July 12th. We get from July 12th until July 28th when soccer starts up.
And then school is August 13th. You're like, and that's the summer over for me.
And we will be, no. The first 2.5 days of school, Presley will be
You
on
will
the
be
beach. She was like,
on the beach.
at first she was like, I can't do that, Mom. I'm not going. I'm like, first of all, you are
Yeah, you don't have a
going.
choice.
Secondly, no one learned shit the first 2 days of school, kid.
I know. I mean, the first day of school is fun, but 9 times out of 10, the first day of school was my birthday, which is like, meh, meh. Good news is everybody you haven't seen in weeks is there. So it's like, yay. And also happy birthday. But the bad news is, fuck, we're back to school.
Well, really quick, when is your birthday, Kelly? Because I don't know that I know your birthday.
September 5. It was Labor Day. I could not have given my mother a bigger hint. Yo, check the calendar, Mom. You're going to be a mom.
It's a true Labor Day.
True for you, Heather. It's going to be a Labor Day.
It's going to be a true Labor Day. So
can I say I did not see my mom or my mother-in-law on this trip, and I feel so guilty. But I had just seen them on the last trip, which was 6 weeks earlier. But when you don't live where your parents are, it's really hard.
You're a dick.
Because you want to just. Jeez, you were supposed to make me feel better. Like,
no.
That's okay.
You look too relaxed for me to make you feel better. You have this smile on your face that is actually making me hate you right now. I'm not going to make you feel better about not seeing your mother that you don't live in the same country as. But hey, listen, from being from a big family, I totally get it.
I have a small family.
Well, you suck, Kelly. I'm sorry to tell you.
I do. I'm a terrible daughter.
Did she know you were back in your native land and not seeing her?
My brother texted me something on this Saturday morning and he's like, Kelly, it was like 5 a.m. Eastern. And I'm like, why are you up so early? Because I was at the airport. Why are you up so early? He's like, why am I up so early? What the hell time is it in California? And I'm like, actually, I'm at the Toronto airport. I'm awake. I'm sorry. I know. Next trip.
Does your mom listen to our podcast or follow you on any of your social channels?
No, because also I would never curse if my mom was listening. She would kick my ass.
Interesting. So my mom actually watches us on Spotify on her TV. And
so we're extra big on the screen. Mary Catherine. Mary Catherine, I bet you looked extra spectacular in that travel suit. And it's Christy who should have changed her clothes.
Listen, that's fine. I just didn't know that American was going to put me through the day of hell that they did.
I will tell you, my American flights were totally on time. And even I had empty middle seats the whole time. My streak is alive. I never have a person in the middle seat. Okay. Your face, you should like, this is my fuck you face.
People will tell me, like, you don't have a filter on your face. I'm like, oh no, I do. If it says fuck you, I mean it.
I thought maybe your face was frozen. I thought your screen was frozen. Maybe you should put your glasses on to hide the fuck you eyes you have right now.
Kelly, that's not, I don't think that means what you think it means, what you just said.
Yeah, not those kind of fuck you eyes.
And okay, so
and on that
summer, and I'm working like a dog. Kelly's happy as hell. What else, Kelly? I don't know. I'm actually having some anxiety though because I'm taking the kids to Michigan next week to visit a friend at the lake house, and you're not invited since I didn't get any invites.
Okay.
And I'm like, crap. I have to pack and think and.
Oh yeah.
And our flights are super early in the morning because we have to get to Kalamazoo, Michigan.
I love that name, though.
Isn't that great? Yeah, Kalamazoo. But I'm having anxiety. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to drag 2 children to the airport. And I swear to goodness, American Airlines.
Come through for Christy
please,
this time.
Dear God, come through for me.
It will be fine. And listen, I unpacked my bag right away, actually, not a week later because I was bored. But
my suitcase sat for a week before I touched it.
I know that's typically me, or until you need something that was in it and you're like, shit, that's shirt's in there. I never wear everything I pack. In my brain, I'm going to do all these things that require all these outfits. And then, God, you just wear half of it. But if you pack too little, you're fucked. I'd rather have too much than too little.
Same, but I'll tell you, my friend Haley, every trip I take with this chick, she has to check a bag every trip.
Nope. You're not allowed
Every
to come with me.
single trip. Because the amount of things it takes for her to get ready. And like, you look at her and she doesn't look high maintenance, but she needs options. She has a hair routine that they don't even make the stuff that she uses on her hair in small bottles. And
so she has to travel with them and it can't be in carry-on.
Yeah. Yeah. So I pack a lot. And usually I use maybe a third of what I pack, but then you have to wash everything.
I know, because then it's all beside all the other things in your shoes. I'm with you. I unpack it. I just kind of dump it into the laundry, whether I wore it or not.
Like, that's got to go. That's got to be washed. But I did have a backup dress for the wedding, and I didn't wash that one. Just in case my luck was not. I didn't have my usual luck of the Irish on this trip. Quite the opposite.
I would bring a backup dress for sure.
Yeah.
You could rip it. Or some days you have days where you're like, oh, this is going to be epic. And then you put it on and you're like, not today. And so you need to have some backup plan. So for a formal event, I have a couple options.
I'm glad.
One of them is never a green athleisure suit, though.
I get more compliments on that suit. I've actually thought about, people comment on my clothing all the time, like, where'd you get that? Da-da-da. And the answer is usually Amazon, because I hate to go shop. I hate to go out shopping. I hate to try on clothes. I'm going to order it. And the reason I use Amazon mostly is because I don't have to re-enter anything. I just hit buy. And
yes.
Prime Day. People are like, you should be an affiliate for Amazon. I was like, I would love to make money off all of the billion recommendations that I give. But then you have to like post on social media. And I'm like, between that, my actual life, the podcast, and my business, I feel like that's too many messages to put out there as too much. Too many messages.
I might post the wrong thing on the wrong site. Although I can concur that when Christy was here at Christmas time, I almost made her leave her tracksuit here.
Yeah, you did.
Because I loved it so. I know. I was like, that's a good tracksuit. But her butt looked better in it than mine. I'm just saying.
Thanks. Speaking of, I hadn't worked out in like a couple of weeks, and I worked out yesterday, and it hurts to sit here. Like, I was like groaning getting up from the couch. I'm like, how old am I right now? Like, every single muscle on my body hurts. And we're going to do it all over again today.
Do it tomorrow. It'll be worse than today.
Well, you know what? It's going to suck tomorrow, so might as well just add to it.
There you go.
But I have to play pickleball with my sisters tonight, and I'm like, I don't know if I can like swing a racket. That's how sore I am.
Well, you'll be okay, and then tomorrow you'll wake up going, oh, I didn't realize pickleball hurt too many these places. What are these intercostals, and why are they sore? It's a pickleball.
Those are already sore because I worked them out. I mean, I punished myself for not working out for 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, I was like in Rocky mode. Do you ever get there when you're in Rocky mode and you're like, I can do anything? And you know who Rocky is, right? I know you don't know movies, but you know who Rocky is?
Of course I do.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, and I also know Adrian. Yo, Adrian.
I said that in a meeting once, and like all the kids looked at me, and I'm like, Rocky? Anyone Rocky? And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh my God, this is what's wrong with your generation. You don't know who Rocky is.
And also, I'm the oldest person in the room.
Sad.
I do know working out like Rocky.
You're killing me today. Like, you're super happy, and then you're like, and I'm the oldest person in the room. Like, it kind of hurt my, I don't know. I feel like we didn't get through our full topic today because we got off. Well, it was about my summer. This is what summer looks like when you have incredibly gifted children who are awesome, and you're trying to like set them up for success.
Correct. Spoiler alert, the summer is not yours anymore. You can have it back when they all leave home, and then you're going to be sad about it because they're all gone.
I will say this. I am really grateful that both of my kids are incredible athletes because I could watch them play sports all day, every day. I love sports. And I was actually looking, poor Colton, he's playing in the fall. He's playing soccer, football, and baseball. And Presley's playing soccer, and she'll have some volleyball in there. I'm like, okay.
Plan that wrong.
I mean, what are you going to do? Like, they love it. They love it.
You got to keep them busy. Keep them busy keeps them out of trouble. It was the best investment we made in our two boys was pumping tens of thousands of dollars in sports every year to keep him out of jail.
I always say this is my investment in keeping Presley not pregnant in high school.
Perfect. Yeah. Off the pool, not pregnant. Check, check, check. Did it.
Off the pole, not pregnant. Done and done. Oh my gosh. Can I tell you this one exercise and then we have to go because I've been talking way too much and I need a minute. This exercise that her coach had her do, or her hopefully soon to be coach, Coach Matt.
Let me hear it.
If you're out there listening, please pick Presley. He had her hold a hula hoop and he threw the ball up and she had to figure out where the ball was going to land, put the hula hoop on the ground after it bounced and pass it, or before it bounced, after it bounced and then pass it back to him. And he just kept going.
I like it. So he's teaching her how to get where the ball is coming. And I like it.
Yeah. I'll send you the video of her doing it.
Also, I would probably trip on the hula hoop and break my fucking leg.
That's what I was thinking.
They'd be like, you want me to look at the ball or at the floor? I can't do both.
Well, and what he's trying to get her to do is Presley, you know, in soccer, you stand up a lot. Well, in volleyball, you got to stay low, right?
And as a setter, you're not getting the perfect pass to your dime that you're standing on every time. So you best be ready to be squared up under the ball.
Correct.
I like it.
Awesome.
All right, Matt. I like
Anyways, okay. So
Christy's like, I need a holiday from Kelly.
But no, I missed you. I missed you. I don't know. You know, people are always like, do you guys practice whatever? I'm like, no, we pick a random topic and just hit record. Like
and then we go off topic.
And then we go off topic because that's how my ADHD brain works and everything. Again, we're not off topic though. We are not off topic. This is my summer.
We're off topic.
Speaking
of
your
summer.
A girls trip.
Yes.
I am going to plan, I think, an epic girls trip this fall.
To where?
I don't know yet.
Am I invited to that or have I completely killed my chances?
So you're saying there's a chance.
Everybody.
Whatever, Kelly. You're totally invited. You're totally invited. Also, Mary wants to meet you very badly. She likes you a whole lot. Like, she really does. She's like, you're so funny, but I know you're funny. And that Kelly, she is just beautiful and charming and so funny.
Thanks, Mary.
Yeah. And you haven't come to see her yet.
I need to come to.
You probably have been to Kansas City and just not told me about it. Clearly, you go places and don't tell your closest
call
people.
My mother.
I'm gonna call your mom.
Damn it! I did look up flights to Kansas for your combo birthday party that you were hosting, but those things were expensive. I was like, why is it so expensive to fly to Kansas? Who's going
on the East Coast?
It's so far away on the East Coast. Supply and demand, everybody. Supply and demand.
Yeah. You got to buy them early because there's just not as many flights coming in here. I mean, I don't know why.
So I can't do my last minute hop. So my surprise you in the middle of the night is going to have to be expensive.
Also, can we not surprise me in the middle of the night? But you can surprise me. You can show up, but just not the middle of the night because, you know, I'm a woman living with 2 children and I'll probably shoot you. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll shoot you back.
Yeah, I'll probably die of a heart attack.
Is this a stand your ground state? I should check before I arrive.
I think it is. So, but also I don't own a gun. But maybe I should now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe I should get one.
Or, oh dear God.
Could you imagine me with a weapon?
No, this is a terrible idea.
Hey.
You'd be like, what was I doing over here? Oh, yes.
Oh, I was going to shoot you because you're trying to burglarize my house. Okay. This is getting into dumb fuckery at this point and tomfoolery, as we would say if our mothers were listening.
Tomfoolery and the dumb fuckery has got to end.
So with that, we will see you guys next week.
We've got no more vacation time in the imminent future, although Christy will ditch us soon enough. But whether your summer was margaritas and coffees on the dock with a cute puppy and your best friend, or you were sitting in a goddamn volleyball trying to figure out what the fuck to do with your schedule, I hope your summer is off to a great start.
It's almost over, Kelly.
Right. Chrissy's summer is almost over. For some of us who are long into the long summer till September, come join me over here.
There's something
with your curly hair.
There's something to be said for having kids when you're younger.
I mean, okay, but I'm the one who's off, so.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You had kids younger than I did. And so.
Yes, that's right. I'm the younger one in this scenario. You're right.
Yeah, you had kids younger than I did.
That's right. You are absolutely right. I survived this stuff in my 30s.
But here's what the great thing is, though, Kelly, about having kids later. Is I can literally sit there and they will be driving me out of my fucking mind. And I can stop and say, there will be a time that you would die for them to bug you this much. So get
True
unannoyed. Smile.
Unannoyed.
Is that a word? Unannoyed?
It should be.
It's what it is now. Get unannoyed and love on your kids. And with that, I will just say, everybody love your kids a little more this week. And if you don't have kids, love your dog or your friend or like whoever. But let's just have a week of love. And I'm leaving on Tuesday, so we have to record on Monday.
I don't even know what to do with a Monday conversation, but we'll figure out something. And then we'll go off topic, as we always do.
I have an 8:30 new business pitch Monday morning.
Gear good. Okay, well, Christy will be in the mood, but she will definitely be dressed up. I can't guarantee anything.
Can you at least shower? I can smell you from here.
All right, fine. I'll take a shower. Maybe I'll straighten my hair, but that feels like a lot of work.
All right. In the words of Presley.
Yeah.
Love you, mean it, hate you, just kidding. Bye. Tune in, subscribe, share, like, follow, do all the things. Let us do this for a living so I can quit my day job. I'm just kidding. Not really.
Yes, so that I can perpetually stay on holidays and just sit here chatting with Christy. Let's make this some dream happen.
We could get together and do it in person. We need to do a podcast in person. But we'll talk about that offline. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Goodbye. Bye.